This episode of the Wise Guy Minute is brought to you by Mountain Glass Arts. For the month of August 2019, Mountain Glass is offering their Boro sale. You can get 40% off Chinese rod and tube, no coupon code needed at checkout. And for all you beautiful soft glass nerds, they have their 15% off double helix glass sale. You can just use coupon code HELIX, that's HELIX, at checkout. And they also have a bunch of kiln sales right now. They have their Scarab Mini Glassmaster 33, regular priced at $29.25. Right now you can get it on sale at $21.99. That's a savings of almost $800. They also have their AIM Kiln P9 with a mercury relay, which is killer. It is a 9x9 by 10 inch, runs off of 120, which is great for the home studio. Regular price is $16.50. Right now that's on sale for $13.99. They also have some hand torches right now on sale. They have a Herbert Arnold high capacity Zenit hand torch. Normally they're priced at $36.95. Right now you can get it for $3,095. They also have their Carlisle CC ball and post mount for inlet number 3 center fire. Right now regular price is $13.36. You can get it on sale for $11.99. Save about $200 on that. And for any other questions, comments, concerns, or other sales going on, because they have weekly sales going on all the time, make sure you subscribe to their newsletter and go to mountainglass.com. That's mountainglass.com. This episode is also brought to you by the Flow Magazine. Right now, the Flow Magazine is offering all new webinar recordings and instructional videos, bringing you hours of excitement and education to your own home or studio. Popular flame working artists share techniques that will help you expand your skills and grow as an artist. Use the link in the show notes to check out the entire selection and start amplifying your art today. Plus, and for all you lady glass artists, don't forget the Flow Magazine's 15th annual Women in Glass issue is coming soon, and they are currently accepting submissions to be included in this year's Crystal Anniversary issue. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of this exciting issue. Deadline for submissions is September 1st, 2019, and I'll make sure that there is a link to all the stuff you need to know in the show notes. So don't forget also, if you have not yet subscribed to the Flow Magazine's annual subscription, their quarterly magazine, you can use promo code WISEGUY, that's WYZGUY, at checkout and save 10% off your annual subscription to the Flow Magazine. And for any other questions, just go to theflowmagazine.com. That's theflowmagazine.com. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Wise Guy Minute. 4 phases of artistic creation for the glass artist. Here is a simple question I have for you. Are you able to draw a sketch or thumbnail to help get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper? The idea is to have the ability to engineer your art on paper first, to work out the details, and to think about the moves you will make to successfully get from point A to point Z. This will be the starting point in the creative process as you begin this journey of manifesting thoughts into reality. The 4 phases that I have come up with is Phase 1, the thumbnail sketch, Phase 2, the glass sketch, Phase 3, the dress rehearsal, and Phase 4, opening night. Now, if you think of how an actor works, these are very similar to their process and their study. First, you get the script, you do dry reads, memorize your lines, do a dress rehearsal, and then you have opening night. Very similar to what it is in terms of the concepts and creation of being a glassblower. Phase 1, the thumbnail sketch. This is the first phase of 4 phases that I feel will help simplify and guide you through the creative process. Now, this isn't for everyone, but in my opinion, if one is having difficulty coming up with ideas or simply feeling a mental block, this path will help alleviate some of the aggravation and heartbreak that can come with artistic discovery. Some may argue that to become a better artist, as well as finding your voice through your work, it is necessary to experience the heartbreak. However, a favorite quote of mine, to paraphrase, is "The wise man learns from the mistakes of others." Throughout my art journey, I've learned from trial and error, as well as from the mistakes of others. In college, I received formal 2D art training, but regarding glass, it's been about 90% trial and error. This is why this episode, in my opinion, is so important to take to heart, with the hope to save you from years of frustration and anguish from the mistakes I've made and discoveries learned from along the way. When it comes to doing thumbnail sketches, try and break down whatever your concept is into simple shapes, geometric shapes, circles, squares, triangles, etc. And try to then take those shapes and form those into whatever it is that you are going to want to create. From that point, we go into phase 2, the glass sketch. When trying to figure out a direction to go, this tends to be the most affordable way to experiment with your thumbnail sketches you've created. With any new item, creating something in clear will shed some light on the right direction that you want to go. One of the benefits of creating your glass sketches in clear is you can rapidly cool these items, giving you a chance to hold them and study the piece from all directions. This will allow you to get a handle on all the areas that you may need to adjust and change for better comfort and function. As the whole cliche goes, sometimes it looks better on paper. And this can hold true for an idea that might just be out of the range of your experience and technique. This doesn't mean give up. It just means that you will have to make adjustments, finding a way to make it function within your means. Once you have fine-tuned your new item through adjustments and trial and error, you now have a 3D reference to study. If needed, you can go back to your drawing board, per se, and fine-tune the work on paper again before getting to phase 3, the dress rehearsal. Phase 3, the dress rehearsal. This is the beginning of the experimentation phase while heading down the path towards the final design. This is a mock-up of the final product, and at this point you will be adding color or using whatever products you have in mind to see how they work together. If this is a never-before-used material, like crushed opals for instance, then this phase will be your test run, allowing you to see how the material works and whether or not it should even be used in the first place. Because of the influx of new materials, it is important to learn how specific materials work. Glass color comes in different viscosities, which means the consistency of the material works and feels different from one color to the next. Some colors need specific flame settings and work better with similar ones. If you are using a color that reduces next to a color that doesn't, the two colors will work and feel differently, especially if you're trying to avoid the reduction of the color itself, especially when it comes to using it for different and new projects. For example, a cobalt blue is going to work easier than a lemon drop or a cadmium color. When referring back to your thumbnail sketches, think about the colors you're going to want to use and write them down in your drawing, using little lines of reference to point to the areas that the color is going to be applied. Once you get through a successful dress rehearsal, it will be then time to begin Phase 4, Opening Night. Phase 4, Opening Night. As any opening night of a performance, there will be bugs that need to get worked out that may not have come up during the dress rehearsals and rear their ugly heads during the opening night performance. Typically, phases 1, 2, and 3 can all be done in one day. Phase 4, however, should be done during its own session. It will give you a true gauge on the particulars of the piece being made. This way, if there are any issues like color checking, you will be able to narrow down the specific issues and solve them as they occur. At this point, you will have your thumbnail sketches, your clear sketch, and dress rehearsal piece that you will use for references while finalizing Phase 4. By having your Phase 3 piece available to hold and study, this physical reference will help you down the path towards the end of the final masterpiece. Now that you have successfully moved through 4 phases of creation, worked out the bugs, and fine-tuned the path, you can now begin the final stage if you want. Phase 5 would be production. I hope this quick overview gives you some insights into the processes of coming up with the creative ideas and making them into reality. Sometimes creative block can occur, and having a piece of paper in front of you and a pencil can be the worst thing possible, as that will lead to frustrations because you don't even know where to begin. Draw some circles, draw some triangles, draw some squares. Put them all together and see what you come up with. The brain has a funny way of putting things together, and using your imagination, you never know what you're going to come up with in the end. Walk through these phases and take your time. Don't get frustrated, and if you do, walk away, take a deep breath, and return to the drawing board. And at the very end of the process, you will then have a fine-tuned piece of glass that you will then know how to make, potentially, over and over again. And this has been your Wise Guy Minute.